you're watching Arise Entertainment 360. I'm Lola Ogunike.
And I'm Shannon Lanier, and we're here to bring you the newest and hottest stories in American entertainment, culture, and sports.
Well, coming up, new music and a last-minute payment didn't stop the feds from throwing the book at Lauryn Hill.
Plus, we've got the deets on the Terminator son's beef with the club DJ.
And cue the late-night comics. New Jersey's top Politico, Governor Chris Christie, fesses up about his recent weight loss.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
But before all that, we have to tell everybody about our night last night.
We went to the screening of the film The Peoples. You know, it stars Kerry Washington, Craig Robinson from The Office, David Allen Greer, and Essie Pather-Murkison, you know, Lieutenant Van Buren.
Right.
And she was fantastic in the film. I thought it was a sweet film. It's essentially like Meet the Fockers, a black version of Meet the Fockers. And then there's our Mike Sargent, who invited us. We were his +2.
And he had a little screening. There we are as well.
So there we are with Craig. Yeah, that's Craig Robinson.
So overall, what did you think of the movie, though?
I thought it was sweet, and there were some laugh-out-loud moments. So I think it's a nice family film.
Right, I thought it was funny. I did laugh out loud as well.
You sure did.
And, you know, I think people will really like it. If you like Meet the Fockers, you'll like this as well. So
you will. And what'd you think of Mike? He did a good job, didn't he?
Yeah, he moderated the discussion afterwards with David Allen Greer and Craig Robinson. You saw the picture earlier. And I thought he did a great job. Congratulations, Mike.
He asked all the right questions, some thought-provoking questions, some funny questions. So good job,
course,
Mike.
you know, he's going to be here later in the week to tell us about that movie, as well as The Great Gatsby.
I know, I can't wait to hear all
Everybody's
about that.
excited about that.
Well, the stars came out in full force last night at the Metropolitan Museum of Art Gala. Dubbed the Super Bowl of fashion, A-lister after A-lister worked the red carpet. There's Beyonce.
Yes, it is.
Madonna, Heidi Klum, and Kim Kardashian and Kanye West were in the house. And Tiger Woods and Lindsey Vonn, Jennifer Lopez and her boy toy, well, they all showed up too, Shannon.
That's right. Sarah Jessica Parker was also in the house, as was Gwyneth Paltrow, Anna Winthorpe, Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus, rock legend Debbie Harry, American Idol judge Nicki Minaj, Gwen Stefani, and of course she had her hubby on her arm, Gavin Rossdale, and Naomi Campbell. I mean, not Naomi Campbell, but the other Naomi Harris was there.
Who's also
and the list
beautiful.
goes on and on and on.
The list goes on and on. You know, Shannon, this event is actually a fundraiser for the Costume Institute, which is, you know, it's housed at the Met. And this year's theme was punk. But not a lot of people showed up in punk, so we've got to discuss all that and more. But before we get to that, it cost $25,000 a head to get in. Wow. Which explains why we were at the free screening last night of The Peoples.
I had a ticket, but I just wanted to hang out with you at the movie. That's why I gave up my ticket to someone. But anyway, you know, later in the show, we're going to talk all about the fashion with some fashion experts that'll be here on the show, including you, of course. And we'll talk about the red carpet hit and misses. And trust us, you don't want to miss this. We're going to have a lot of fun with that segment.
That's going to be really good.
But before that, we have to turn to some sad news.
Oh, goodness. This story breaks my heart.
I know, because it's involving Lauryn Hill. The Grammy Award winner will be spending 3 months behind bars. The Grammy winner singer must report to prison on July 8th to begin serving a sentence for failure to pay federal income taxes for 3 years. Now, upon her release, she'll still have another 3 months of home confinement and a year of supervised probation. Now, yeah, this is crazy. Now, Hill must also pay penalties, taxes still owed, and a $60,000 fine. That's what the judge hit her with.
I cannot believe this. You know, Hill told the judge that she lives a very modest life and said she's made more money for her record label than she ever took home. And she says, quote, "Someone did the math and it came out to around $600 million. This is what she said during her sentencing. And she said, "I sit here before you trying to figure out how to pay a tax debt. If that's not like enough to slavery, I don't know." Wow. So she's basically saying that the music industry, she got a raw deal. She made $600 million for these people, and she can't even pay her taxes. That's terrible.
That's deep. And she's got a lot of kids, too, right?
She's a mother of 6, Shannon.
6 kids.
Mother of 6.
Wow.
And here's the thing, I just don't understand why these women and these black women and these black artists keep being sent to jail. I don't know.
I don't see a lot of other people for tax evasion being sent to jail.
It's just so unfortunate. And Lauryn Hill's in jail, but the people who bankrupted our economy, they're walking free. I mean,
getting deep right now.
I'm getting a little deep. So I know it's supposed to be a fun show, but seriously, these are the questions that we need to. That's going to be one of our next segments.
Let's do it.
Let's do it for next week, because we've got to figure this out.
We have to, and hopefully Lauryn Hill will get some special treatment and get out of the sentence that she has for 3 months in jail, or at least get the Martha Stewart cell. Make it a little easier on her. All right, so moving right along, Arnold Schwarzenegger's young son is apologizing for his recent outburst. TMZ is reporting that the 19-year-old Patrick Schwarzenegger was kicked out of Hollywood's Sayers Club following a verbal altercation with a DJ. A source told the gossip site that Patrick became irritated after the DJ asked him to be careful around his equipment.
Oh, Lord.
I know. Just be careful, dude. No reason to go off on us.
It's like, oh, you can't talk to me that way. I can't do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. Can you do one?
I'll be back. That's all I can do. I'll be back to get your equipment. No. I don't even know if his son talks like that.
Do it again.
No, let's just move on, please.
Just one more time.
Okay, I'll be back to get your equipment. I tell you, she always makes me feel good, like I can do something.
That was really good. Your equipment. I like that. Okay, now let's move on.
Please.
All right. Well, he's getting slimmer and slimmer by the day, and now New Jersey Governor Chris Christie is revealing his recent weight loss secret, and it's the result of lap band surgery. Yeah, it turns out the governor broke the news to the New York Post, and he said that he's been poked at by the press and made fun of by comics, but that wasn't the reason he chose to get the lap band surgery, nor was it his political aspirations. It was a decision led by his children.
He says, I quote, "I've struggled with this issue for 20 years. For me, this is about turning 50 and looking at my children and wanting to be there for them." Now, Christie continues to shy away from speculation that he opted to have the surgery for seeking the political office.
I think he wants to run. I think he wants to run.
I think it was a little bit of both. You know, he legitimately made.
He's been big for years.
20.
Right. So you're just thinking about your kids and your family now. You've been huge for years. I think he wants to run for office, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's clear, but he just doesn't feel it's politically correct to say that. So it's a lot easier to say, oh, for health reasons, that's why, my family. Because he's a family man, and the president should be a family man. You see the correlation here?
I see it. I got you. I see. Okay. I see you're campaigning for another job. You want to work on that Christie campaign,
right?
Covered,
Christie. Well, you know, Governor Christie isn't the only one, a New Jersey resident that is, who's dropping the pounds.
Who else is losing weight?
Talk show host Wendy Williams.
What?
She's flaunting a new,
look at her
slimmer figure.
Wow.
Yeah, Williams says she dropped 20 pounds, and she credits eating healthier snacks, cutting back on salad dressings and mayo, and drinking water. And of course, her slender body can be seen in a new PETA anti-fur ad. Williams insists the photo was not photoshopped. Check her out.
Wow, Wendy.
Yeah, she's showing it off all right.
She sure is. Goodness. Look at her. Her waist is tiny.
Yeah, in person it's like this big.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a lot of people look at, you know, her chest area first because it's larger. But yeah. But actually, she's a very petite woman already before she even lost the weight.
Goodness.
So, but now she's on fire.
She says she weighs 175 pounds now, but she's almost 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
I bet you about 35, 40 pounds of that is.
Whoa! Not going there. Hello.
Bad, Lola.
Yes.
Bad, Lola.
Get it together.
Well, Shannon, if the Met Gala is all about this, you know, being the Super Bowl of fashion, then the James Beard Foundation Awards is the Oscars of the food world. Last night, culinary stars converged on New York's Lincoln Center for this year's event. Mario Batali congratulated Emeril Lagasse for his humanitarian award.
But you know, one of the most interesting moments of the night was when Andre Prince Jeffries of Nashville's Princess Hot Chicken received an American Classic Award. Jeffries told attendees that her great aunt created the award-winning chicken recipe in an attempt to stop her husband's late-night carousing.
So she created chicken to keep her man at home?
Keep him in the house.
Oh, wow, and she got a James Beard Award.
As they say, you know, it's the way to a man's heart is is the
Apparently
stomach.
it's a way to keep a man in that. Yeah. Let's. Well, did it stop him? Do you know?
I'm assuming it did because she went on to make the recipe famous.
He's like, your chicken's so good, I'm gonna stay home.
Well.
Well, I'm not sure that David Chang of Momofuku fame and Chicago chef Paul Kahan, well, they took home top honors for best chef. So that's great.
Yeah, congratulations to everybody there. Now, congratulations to them, but sad news for Al Pacino.
Oh, no.
You won't be
What's going
hearing
on?
his voice in the upcoming Despicable 2 movie.
Why?
Despicable Me. I love Despicable Me. Did you see the first one?
It was funny. Why?
Yeah, because the Oscar winner has dropped out, and he says he's quoting creative differences. You know, that's the politically correct way of saying that. The producers of the highly anticipated film didn't waste any time getting a replacement, though. Benjamin Bratt will now play the voice of the villain in the children's movie. So we'll still be looking forward to Despicable Me 2.
He is scrumptious, that Benjamin Bratt.
Gosh, it's a cartoon, Lola, for kids.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to see his face. So what's the point?
Oh, gosh. Still, maybe he'll have a voice that will be attractive to you.
Yeah, he's got a sexy voice,
okay,
actually.
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be a villain, so we'll see how he...
I don't mind. I don't mind at all. He can be whatever he wants to be, that Benjamin Bratt.
Anyway.
Well, he nearly brokered peace in the Middle East, but Bill Clinton couldn't get Led Zeppelin.
Sounds like another song. I like it.
Bill Clinton couldn't get Led Zeppelin to reunite. There we go. Yay, Lola. Movie mogul Harvey Weinstein reached out to the former president and asked him to help get the band back together for Hurricane Sandy relief, a benefit concert. But Zeppelin's surviving members Robert Plant, John Paul Jones, and Jimmy Page said no.
Oh, come on.
Now, Led Zeppelin's last live performance was with the 3 remaining members, and that was in December 2007 at an Ahmet Ertegun tribute concert. Ahmet Ertegun, he founded Atlantic Records.
Oh,
so,
gotcha, okay.
Well,
that's unfortunate they won't be able to be there and be able to do that.
I know. Well, since the release of that performance last October, fans have been clamoring for a reunion, but don't hold your breath, because it's not happening.
Well, that would be nice. Would you go to a reunion concert for them?
I'm not a Zeppelin fan.
No?
No,
Not at all?
no.
I know a lot of people will show up, so it's unfortunate they won't be able to get that money for the, the benefit.
But I am a fan of this next act,
Okay,
Shannon.
well, since you're a fan of ABBA, then you'll love this. ABBA, the museum, opens today in Stockholm, and is paying tribute to the legendary group behind hits like Mamma Mia, and Dancing Queen.
Mamma Mia. Oh,
Young
Dancing
and
Queen.
free. Is that go?
No, you can dance.
I like that part.
You can touch.
Having the time of your life. Ooh, Dancing Queen.
Yeah, I love that song.
Yes. So that's what they're going to be doing. All types of great things going on at that museum.
Well, although the group disbanded decades ago, the museum features iconic costumes worn by the band and a recreation of the popular studio where they recorded some of their biggest hits.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Good stuff going on for the museum there.
Yeah.
All right. So anything else happening in today's show you're excited about, Lola?
I can't wait to talk fashion. You know I love fashion, and this conversation is going to be juicy, so...
So get your questions ready and tweet them to us for our upcoming segment we have on the Met Gala. You don't want to miss it. You're watching Arise Entertainment 360.